4:30. Punching out. Driving to Ohio. Should be a fucking riveting day. 'm so pumped I'm finally using my coffee thermos. Got it from my pops. It's old. They used to use it hunting and stuff like that. It's all beat to shit. Look how fucking multi-talented I am. If you were a world champion fucking athlete, you can do this too. But until then, don't even fucking try, bro. Don't even try! 12 hours to go. Got a cool Airbnb I'll be staying at for the course of the Arnold. I got some podcasts to record. Tomorrow, I got one with Jim Windler, got one with Dave Tate. See what else pops up from the Columbus area. But pretty fucking excited, man. The Arnold's gonna be good. Get to see everybody, get to hang out, get to show off some new gear. Mostly just hang out, but driving to Columbus isn't my favorite option, but it gives me more freedom once I get there, plus everything's all fucking loaded up in the back. I even had to put some of like our display, like this grid is like on the top roof rack, so pretty baller using the roof rack finally. So I mean, that's basically what it was designed for, in case anybody didn't know. Top shit. Yeah, go fast. So go ahead and dive into this Q&A. One of the questions I got is from Ado Nicholson, or Ado, I don't know. Do you ever have problems mentally after your knee injury / surgery? I'm 3 months post ACL and stepping things up and with rehab now, but I'm still super worried about any twisting or single leg bearing movements. Yeah, man, constantly. Like even driving today, there's weird positions I get into with my knee that it's super uncomfortable. So some of those things you've got to push to rebuild, but there's also got to be enough smart to realize your body's telling you that's a fucking problem. Like there's a difference between the good pain and bad pain. There's a difference between, oh, that's a bad feeling because things aren't lining up and things are going the wrong direction. That'll cause bigger problems. And like, oh, that's sore because I'm weak. And as long as it's this is sore because I'm weak and I'm doing rehab, then right on. But anything that feels the other way, I get the fuck out soon, because that's not something you're gonna gut through or do. So single leg stuff is still really tricky, man. Like I just can't. I don't have it. The knee can't handle that type of pressure and strength. It just feels really shit. But we'll keep getting better, right? And there's always going to be ups and downs and setbacks. Like that's part of the game. And so you just got to keep trying to chip away at it so that whenever those setbacks come, like that withdrawal out of your account doesn't bankrupt you. You got to keep making small deposits every day and not pushing it to that exact limit. The next question from the Bloody Hand on Instagram asked me, what is the one piece of gear I've released that I'm the most proud of? Oddly enough, it's going to be the mobility sleeve. This isn't something that sells terribly well for us. I think we've even talked about discontinuing selling it. But it was something I came up with, that I use, that I like, that I invented and made into a thing. And while it doesn't sell very well, I learned a lot from that process, that you can essentially get most anything accomplished if you're willing to just fucking keep doing the next step. So that's one that I'm really, really pumped on. Probably the most, like, product that I'm the most stoked on is probably Kick the Day in the Dick stuff. That was an unexpected success, and it's continued to keep going with the coffee mug and other stuff. So that one's pretty fucking rad that that's our thing. Another question is from Maximilian. Matt, how do you measure how good your training was? I mean, what you do to not be under or overtrained. Also, I think that the fact that I don't have any tattoos on my thighs is the reason my knee's fucked up. 100% on thigh tattoos. We'll get that sorted out at some point. I just don't want to have to cut through any of them. How do I measure progress on training? Well, it's the same way like progress, right? Like, how am I feeling? How am I moving? How am I adding more weight next round of this cycle than I did the last time? You know, and that's, you know, and there's a lot of different ways to measure progress. I mean, as body weight changes and other things mix it up too, like, those are all factors I've got to put into how well this went. So that's kind of a way that I measure progress. And then under and overtrained, I typically, if I'm really sticking to one of my programs, I'm deloading every 5th week. Now that makes a big difference and definitely keeps me sorted out more often, so that I'm not over and under trained. And, you know, on a day-to-day basis, my kind of rule is I like to leave one or so in the tank, right? Like, I'm not trying to push down absolute failure. I'm not trying to risk injury, do those type of things. I would always rather stay at this point in my life just a hair undertrained, where the risk of injury is lower, than be across that line trying to push every day and then get hurt and have a 2-week setback. I mean, the more time that you can accumulate doing work, the better you're going to be at it. So how many miles am I into this? 350. So I've got like 8 hours till I'm in Ohio. Yeah, it's a beautiful fucking day. It's really not a bad day to be driving, listening to a podcast. Same typical shit on it. Aubrey Marcus, Joe Rogan. Just listening, learning things. And 10:30, I'm probably trying to hold out as long as I can before I start fucking eating everything in sight. And I'll eat more on a day like today driving, just simply out of boredom. So it's a real tricky day to not eat like a piece of shit, because I just want to house cheeseburgers the whole time. Then was the brakes. What's up? Another question from H. Oak Smash, not Adam, the kid I sponsored. It's spelled totally different. It says, I went keto about 6 weeks ago. I didn't make any drastic caloric changes. Just changed what types of food I was eating. I lost about 40 pounds in the first month. Feel fine. My skin cleared up. Stomach issues went away. I even PR'd my deadlift. I was hold on, traffic. Multitask like a boss. I was a fat piece of shit. So it's not like I went anorexic, but people were telling me losing too much weight was fast and so dangerous. Is a cut like that unhealthy? I think everyone starts from different starting points, man, and I don't know what you were eating before. I don't know what your diet was. I don't know how inflamed you were or what allergies you had to the foods you were eating. Hell, you probably didn't even know. So there's a lot at play. Is you losing 40 pounds in a month bad? No. I mean, clearly that weight wanted to go. Now, if you're starving to do it, yeah, that's a fucking problem. I also don't know what your starting body weight was. I don't know any of those things, but I think as long as you feel good, you're not starving, you're not doing things causing damage to your body, I think you're fine. You know, just resist and don't sling back the other way, man. You know, hold for a while. I think it's also good when you're doing major weight drops that say, like, after this 40 pounds, I would work on trying to maintain that body weight for, like, say, probably at least another 4 weeks, and then trying to push forward again to losing more weight. So that way you're kind of resetting your metabolism at the place that you're at, so that your body knows that these are what the calories we're totally going to get every day, and then you can make another drop. And you want to keep that drop consistent, and the least that you have to do to make the progress that you want to make. That way you're getting as much food as possible. Hope that helps. Well over halfway. Just got into Tennessee, got to go through Kentucky and into Ohio. 7 hours left.
Like a rat in a cage.
Way over halfway. 4.5 hours. Probably catch you guys next time at the Airbnb. So fucking time travel there. Whew. So just got to the Airbnb. It's great. Room's got a cool bathtub in it. Yeah, like living in an attic. It's very, very cool. So I hope that answered some questions. A couple other questions about like keto, stuff like that. And yes, I'm still low carb. Am I ketogenic? I don't like saying that term because I'm not checking if I'm in ketosis, so it doesn't seem quite fair. But I'm still definitely doing a low carb, moderate protein, high fat diet. Also, I find a really big component of that once you get further into it is intermittent fasting, and that's something I do a lot more regular, and I like. So, I'm hungry. I've been on a car for 13 hours. I'm gonna go to bed. Spread hate, always party.